is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our weekly podcast. We are batting practice. I'm Josh. That's Jacob. Andrew is down there. Boys, I don't know if you can see this right now, but got a little 5 o'clock shadow going on. I ain't talking about the beard. Look at this. It's like perfectly splitting my face in
That's
half.
nuts.
It is 5:07 right now. So I
Mm.
did close the blinds. Maybe I should have, or maybe I should have put my sunglasses on because it's kind of bright. But I'm here for it. The sun feels good. We need some sun. We need some light because our Packers just lost
Oh
to one
no.
of the
No
worst teams in the
football.
NFL.
No
No
football
football.
today.
All right, no
No football
football.
today. That's
Uh,
it.
no
Packers are a
football.
mid team. Next
That's
question.
that's crazy.
All right, what's going on in baseball?
Wow, just right to it.
Yeah,
Baseball.
It's a
I don't
big
care.
baseball episode here. No,
It
no, no.
is.
Come
It
on, come
is.
on. It's Sunday. You gotta mention it. You gotta mention it. Um,
Taylor Swift's boyfriend plays in two
yes.
hours.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
Oh,
Get the
good.
get the SEO
Get
out
it
of the way
early.
at the beginning of the episode.
yes. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. What's crazy is that, yeah, sure, we got football Sunday. We got football next Sunday in Dublin. So we got early football,
Oh,
but we also got the last day of the MLB season next Sunday.
One
Regular
week
yes.
season, at
left.
least. A week left already?
Goes
Didn't
fast.
it just start?
Yeah. Didn't the Brewers just get swept by the Yankees?
Didn't the Brewers just get swept
Wow.
by the Yankees?
Yeah. Remember that?
Current
That's a
win
crazy
total,
start.
New York Yankees. Current win total is 87. Milwaukee Brewers, 95.
Wow. There you go.
Sheesh.
Amazing.
I would never
Amazing
have guessed
indeed.
that. If you'd have said, yeah, who has more wins? I don't think many people would have agreed. That would have been a winning bet.
Especially after the first season or first series, I mean.
Yeah, after the first series, if you'd have said who's gonna have more winnings, I don't know.
Amazing. And here we are, division champs. Officially.
Okay.
Officially.
Let's
All right,
go.
Jacob.
NL
You
Central
gotta
champs.
let's go. Jacob, you said you have a question for us. Let's hear it.
Well, I actually got two, and one is completely unrelated. But I, fortunately, I guess, did not have access to watching the Packers game today, so I didn't get to watch them lose. I got
Ooh,
to watch the Carolina Panthers put up 30 unanswered points against the
heck
Falcons for
yeah.
their first win of the season, 30 to
Yes,
nothing.
sir.
That's right. So we're living large down here in North Carolina. But no, the Packers game was very angry, everything about it. Bad interceptions, bad offensive line play, bad special teams. My question, it's not just football related, it can be any sport related. What is the moment that angered you the most across all sports?
Ooh.
Because there's one that comes straight to my mind, and it might even be the same answer for you guys. But the moment that angered me the most, that made me lose the most sleep as a younger version of myself, was the Seattle Seahawks versus Green Bay Packers fail Mary to end the game. Russell Wilson to, oh man, who was it? Was it
Golden
Golden
Tate.
Tate? Was it Golden
Hmm.
Tate?
Yeah.
Up and over the Packers. Even though the Packers came down with the interception, they reviewed it and went against their own rule book, determining that the Seahawks won the game via a touchdown on a Hail Mary, a last second Hail Mary that made no sense. And I was a very angry young, let's see, how old was I? What year was the Hail Mary? Like 2012?
Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I was probably like 16 maybe. And that's like, you're an adolescent teen, your emotions are running
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, the juices are
So
flowing.
a little extra mad. I wonder if you guys have a similar experience with another event at a sport. Andrew, you were at the Brewers game last year where Pete Alonso hit
Mm.
the home run.
Yep, yep.
What is the moment that made you angered the most? Or is it that?
I
Is
think for me, so it's actually a team that we have not talked about much on this podcast.
Ooh.
And it's one that we've actually left off the list of who's going to win a championship first. It's the Wisconsin Badgers, boys.
Mm.
I think they have the worst
mm,
chance of the Brewers of the Packers, of the Bucks to win anything, minus all
Hmm.
the women's sports. Women's sports are fantastic. Talking about men's basketball, men's football. For me, it is all the way back in 2015, final four championship of March Madness against
2014.
Jacobs, no, North Carolina's, or 2014, but it was
2014.
2015 the year.
It was
But it
2015 the
was,
year, yeah.
yeah. The
Yes.
2014
2015 the year, yes.
against Duke, and
We don't like Duke down
Justice
here in North
Winslow touched
Carolina.
it. Justice
Justice
Winslow
Winslow touched
touched
it.
the
Check the
ball.
tape.
Check the
He
tape.
touched
Check
the
his finger.
ball.
It
Check
bends.
the tape.
There's GIFs, there's
Should
video,
have
there's high
been.
quality HD video existed in 2014, 2015. No,
Yep.
same thing as the fail
Yeah,
Mary.
for me.
They went against the rule book and they didn't change the call. Doesn't
Yeah,
it
yeah.
makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yeah, that one's also rough in Wisconsin sports infamousy. Nosh, do you have any other one you can think of, or are those top
Dude,
tier for
it's
you?
it's same team as you, but different game. Seahawks. It was the 20, also
Oh,
20 or 2014. It was a rough year for us. Uh, it was the game where they were
yeah.
up like two touchdowns maybe in the fourth quarter. Um, there was a wild fourth down play. There was a wild two-point conversion play. There was a botched onside kick. Brandon Bostic went up to catch the ball, hit his own helmet, dropped the ball, then we lost. I don't think it gets worse than that. I think that that is number one for me. So same team, same teams, both Packers and Seahawks, but different game. I feel
Cursed.
Yeah.
like I mean the Pete Alonso home run last year was more heartbreaking than mad. I wasn't mad. I was just like broken. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Brewers haven't like gotten to the point where they can make me like super mad. Even when they lost to the Dodgers in game seven, I wasn't mad. I was just like disappointed. I'm
I
not
mean,
mad, I'm just
yeah,
disappointed.
it's a postseason setting where it's football and you play one game and it's just
Hmm.
over like that, abrupt. Your emotions just are peaked just like that. Whereas over a
Yeah.
potentially 7 game span, it's been a whole roller coaster. So your emotions haven't like just hit a wall
Yep.
because it's, oh, there's the next game, or oh, we're
Yeah.
going away, and then, oh, all of a sudden maybe for game 7 that changes. But like you said, Nosh, you couldn't really be mad at game 7
Right.
back when the Brewers lost to, was Kershaw pitching? Did Kershaw pitch, or am I misremembering that? I remember
Um,
watching at work
I think
in
he did.
college. I was working
I think he
at the
did on short
gym.
rest.
Yeah.
On
So
short rest, I
I
think he
guess
did.
shout out to Clayton Kershaw, who announced he's retiring at the end of this season, and then immediately
Fun fact.
struck out his last batter on a pitch that was so far below the zone against Rafi Devers. And then Dave Roberts took him out and it was like, yeah, we got to end him on a strikeout. It was way below the zone. But you know what? Hey, end his legacy at Dodger Stadium. You never know what's going to happen in this postseason. I keep saying how high I am on the Dodgers, so but yeah, I think you're right. I think as much as we can all agree here on the podcast that baseball is our number one, it hasn't angered us as much as football has.
yeah,
Football's just an angry sport.
it's true.
Baseball's the gentleman's sport.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Football's an angry sport, just like it was today. Brewers lost.
Yeah.
Were you mad? No. Packers lost. Were you mad? Absolutely.
Hmm. Kind of more shocked, but mad too. Yeah.
Brewers did also clinch the
Yeah.
division today.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great day.
Which
That's a great
is,
day.
it's a great day. It's a great day. But before we get into it, my non-baseball or sports related question yesterday, I was at my girlfriend's event, her big event that she works and hosts once a year. Long story short, there's a lot of people there. And there was a men's bathroom, a women's bathroom, and like a side handicap bathroom. And the men's bathroom was in use, the women's bathroom was in use, and the handicap bathroom was in use. So finally, someone comes out of the men's bathroom, and it's my turn, and lock the door, whatever. My question to you, because there were a lot of people there, multiple people knock on the door. What do you say when you are in the bathroom and you're
Oh.
using the bathroom and someone knocks on the door? What do you say? Because the only one thing comes to my head, and it's from Family Guy, like 2006, and it's Peter going "occupado" in the bathroom when he gets knocked on, and that's the only thing that
Yep.
comes to my head, and that's the first thing that I want to say when someone knocks on the door when I'm using the bathroom. It's an awkward scenario. You're like, I don't not want to say anything, but also I don't want to talk while I'm doing my business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna
what do you
lie,
say?
like
Or do you just say, I'm in here? Like, what do you say?
I'm definitely a guy that will go up to a bathroom and I will pull on the handle. If it's locked, I'm never knocking. In what scenario would the door be locked
Mm,
that you would need to knock to let somebody know that you're outside
That's
the
true.
door?
That is very true.
Because obviously if it's locked, somebody's in there. And they're not going to get off the toilet and go unlock the door for you. So like in what world, if the door is locked, do you need to knock? Or I'm definitely like I'm gonna give a little jiggle on the door handle. I'm not gonna knock first. Because odds are again, if it's closed, unless it's a door that automatically closes, like there's somebody in there. So I'm definitely a very gentle jiggle on the door handle and then I go from there. But my go-to is always occupied. That's all that's like the only thing. Just occupied. It's awkward.
I think I probably,
there's no good way
yeah.
around it, but
Yep. I,
Occupado.
I was gonna say sometimes I give like a I don't know if I'm doing it aloud. I do a little ope and then I say
oh,
someone's in here or somebody's in
oh,
here.
I like
Uh
that. I like
very
that.
very awkward if you get multiple back-to-back knocks. That's thankfully that's knock on wood, that's never happened to me where I've been in there long enough that two people have knocked or because again if there's multiple bathrooms someone might have given up and used the other two. Uh you could be potential in for multiple knocking. I will add, I think one of the greatest inventions that is kind of gone unnoticed or unpraised is the little dial that shows
hmm
when you lock it, it moves from occupied to unoccupied or vice
Mm-hmm.
versa,
hmm
depending on what you're doing. That is the single greatest addition to bathrooms in the 21st century. I don't know who invented it, but it's awesome. And like
Yeah.
more places need to have that because it takes away from that awkward, like it shows it's occupied. Don't bother knocking. And then you don't have to jiggle it. You don't have to knock. It's awesome. More places need to have those.
I mean, if
I
you think
agree.
about it, it's commonplace on a porta potty, and a porta potty is like a single bathroom.
Right.
So why is it on
Right.
porta potties and not single bathrooms?
Yeah. It it removes the awkward situation. It removes the awkward scenario. No knocking when someone else is trying to take a dump. It's just that
No
simple.
knocking.
Plus, if you are in a scenario where someone else is knocking on the bathroom and you're taking a dump, there's a pretty good chance that the toilet paper you're using is not very good because in public settings, when this occurrence is commonplace, usually the toilet paper isn't that great. So you're already
True.
in a hassle.
Dire straits.
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
dire straits,
Yeah.
and we're not talking money for nothing. I'm telling you. But
No.
what do you say? That's enough. We've talked enough football. We've talked enough bathroom talk here.
Potty talk.
So what do you
Potty
say
talk.
we give last week's episode a listen? And then completely
Yeah.
change and flip
Yeah.
last week's episode on its head. Because
We
going
know
into last
nothing.
week's episode, Mets were up, Brewers were up,
Mm,
Cubs were up, Dodgers were up. We were like, all right, everything
settled.
seems all right. Reds are kind of out of it,
Yeah.
But hey, Reds need to play well. Reds need to play well. I think I specifically said Reds need to play well.
Yep, you did.
And who's to say that, like, yeah, the Cubs need to play well to win the division, which is obviously out of contention now. But the Reds need to play well to make the division or to make the postseason. And we were smoking the Giants last week, and we should have been smoking the Reds because now the Giants have fallen off, and the Reds now own the last position in the wild card above the Mets. The Mets are no longer in a postseason, not wild card, not division. They're no longer in a postseason spot for the first
Yikes.
time since April 5th.
Ouch.
April 5th, the season
Ouch.
started on like March 29th. That's nuts. So we got a whole
Brutal.
bunch of stuff to discuss, and that was just the National League. That's just the National League. What's happening in the AL Central? We have no idea. 1 week ago, the Tigers were at a 99.9% chance to win the division. They're now sitting at 63.8. In a span of 1 week, the Guardians are 1 game behind. We'll get into it all. Like we did last week, we'll start off with the National League first. As of recording
Yep.
this, the Brewers did clinch the division today.
Yes, sir.
Woo, woo,
Cubs
woo.
are going to have that first wild card spot locked up pretty easily unless they collapse somehow and the Padres overtake them, but it doesn't matter because they're clinched. Padres should be clinching within the next few days. Padres have a 5 game lead in the wild card, so they're totally good. But we got 80 and 76
Yep.
are your Cincinnati Reds and your New York Mets, a 513 win percentage. The Reds, no actual way, sweeping the Cubs in a 4 game series, if I'm correct.
Wild.
What?
Yeah.
Wild. Absolutely wild. It's insane.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Makes no
Giants,
sense.
in their last 10 games, are 2-8. They've
Ouch.
lost their last 3. I would say they're pretty much out of it. They're 3.5 games out of a wild card spot. That's tough. Diamondbacks, who we said needed to play well against the Giants, and they did, are 78 and 77. That's 1.5 games out of a wild card spot. There is a small chance that we see the Diamondbacks in the playoffs this year. When Corbin Burns went down, it's like, man, this Diamondbacks experience is not really working out too great this year, but the Snakes are still alive. Snakes alive. Where does that
They're
sign guy
still
exist? Is
rattling.
he back? They're still rattling.
Still rattling.
They're still
Man,
rattling.
where to even start? What has you guys most excited? I think it might be the Reds. I think it might be your NL Central opponent, rival, division rival, Cincinnati Reds, who've won their last 5 of 5. I think they have me the most excited. What about you guys?
Yeah. It's funny how much disdain I have for the Cubs and even the Cardinals, but
Yep.
how much I feel somewhat bad for the Reds and the Pirates. It sounds weird to root for a team that's in your own division, but man, I am inspired by the Reds. I want to root for them. I think them getting in over the Mets would be absolutely hilarious, considering how much the Mets have fallen and how bad they've been in the second half of the season. I think the Reds getting in would be awesome. Um, so I agree with you. I'm super excited for the Reds. They control their own destiny at this point. If they take care of their own business, they will be in the playoffs. Um, and that would be something that we have not seen very much of in our lifetime.
Yeah, Reds in the
Oh,
playoffs.
I'm gonna looking this up. Do you guys know off the top of your head the last year they were in the playoffs?
My guess would be 2010 to 2013, somewhere in between there.
Yeah, I don't know off the
According
top of
to
my head.
AI, apparently they were in 2020, but
Doesn't count.
that's yeah, it
Doesn't
does not
count.
count. The last non-pandemic appearance was 2013.
13.
Wow. There you go.
2013.
12
Yep.
years. It's crazy.
Long time. A long time.
Good for them, man. Good for them. Yeah, that's definitely the big one. Yeah, Brewers clinching the NL Central is awesome. The Cubs have not been playing great baseball either. Brewers and Cubs kind of coasting a little bit maybe into the playoffs.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, shout out the Reds. It's always the hot teams.
It's always the hot
Seriously.
teams. No one looks hot besides the Reds right now, or at least in the
Well,
National
In
League,
the
look
in
to
the
the
NL.
National
AL.
League, in the
Yeah,
National
yeah.
League. The Reds, man.
Um, yeah, I think it's important to note too that the Diamondbacks will only be a game out. They're currently winning 8-1 in the eighth inning, so barring a major comeback by the Phillies, Diamondbacks will be just a game out as well. And they played the Phillies and they played them well. They won 2 out of 3, or are going to win 2 out of 3 against them. So shout out to the Diamondbacks. They've also been playing pretty good recently.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Geraldo Perdomo, one of the most exciting players to watch in the
Hmm.
MLB. I have his SoRare card, and I feel like he's never putting up like a 50 to 60, but he's also never putting up like a 0 to 10. His
Yep.
points are always like
Yep.
20 to like he's just the most consistent fantasy player that you can have in your team. And he's a great card for dailies and a great card for vault picking if you have him in your vault too. Because he can hit homers, he can steal, he can hit for average, and the Diamondbacks, man, it'd be fun to see him in the postseason. I don't know if I'd even want to play him.
Nope.
At
Well,
home, sure.
2 years ago.
I
Well, didn't work out before.
Nope. No, it did not.
shout out Niger Morgan
Did not work out before.
walking off the Diamondbacks in
Yes.
what 2000
11.
2011. No, that would have been 20. Yeah, it would have been 2011. Yep. 14 years ago.
Didn't help.
It didn't. It didn't. It didn't.
No, no. Josh and I got to see Diamondbacks revenge game against the Brewers. Nigel Morgan
Hmm.
threw out the first pitch, courtesy of
Yep.
SoRare. We had tickets to the game.
That's cool.
Nigel Morgan, he's absolutely jacked. My God, that's a big man. Uh,
You guys
Unfortunately,
should
he did
you should
not.
see if you can go to a game. I don't see why not.
I
Maybe
I
they don't
think
have
we can.
access to
Yeah,
postseason tickets, but maybe
we'll
shoot them
see.
a little message, see what's
We'll
up.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Andrew,
Absolutely.
you can go to a
But
Cubs.
Nigel Morgan was not enough.
You.
Yeah, yeah.
You could, and that'd be a great anthology though. You could record yourself. Brewers fan goes to Cubs versus Padres
Oh God.
postseason game, wild card game.
I want to cheer on Manny Machado though. Man, that's yeah. It's yeah. We'll see. Next. I mean, will be fun to see the playoff picture shaping up. But I
Mhm.
certainly think yeah, the Reds have taken it. This has been their week. But again, what we saw, a week can shift a lot. So guys, is this it? Is it set, or are there going to
No,
be
no, we're seeing
no?
changes. We're seeing changes. I want to root for the Reds. I think the baseball gods are going to squeak the Mets into the postseason.
I was gonna say I have
Okay.
a sneaking suspicion that somehow the Mets are gonna still get in.
Hmm.
So
And
Mets are in.
I don't like it,
So
but
I don't either because they're a scary team in the postseason.
so the teams that are in and out stay the same right now. So Diamondbacks and Giants are
Oh,
out.
I guess so. Yeah. In that case, other than the Reds, because the Reds are
yeah,
technically up with the tiebreaker
Right.
or with the
Okay.
head-to-head tiebreaker. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I that would be very interesting. I just have a feeling because of I don't know if it's because of the Brewers losing to the Mets last year or if it's just because of the lack of, or I should say, the existence of disdain for Mets that I have in general, for New York sports teams that I have in general. But Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, gonna sneak them on into the playoffs, man.
yeah.
Plus,
I
I
could
have
see
the
it.
SoRare cards. I kind of need it. Juan
Hey,
Soto's my best player, man. He's been my best player for 2 years now.
Wow. He's been
He's
great.
so good. So good.
He's been great.
Um, well, what do you say? Unless you got any NL Magic left to discuss here. Rockies no longer the worst team. They are officially better than the worst team ever at 42 and
oh,
113. So shout out to the Rockies. We are not going to get a worst team ever this year. So I feel like we got to at least shout out Dalen Lyle of the Washington
Yeah.
Nationals. I'm shouting out lower ranked teams
hey,
here.
oh,
Wait.
Hitting a ninth inning inside the park home
Yeah, that
run
was
to
insane.
beat the Mets yesterday as of recording this.
Insane.
Let's see. What can I
How
say nice
about
about the Pirates?
how about Jacob Young on the
Jacob
Nationals?
Young making the most
Robbing.
insane catch I've ever seen.
Yeah.
YouTube short coming tomorrow, which is actually yesterday as of
oh,
uploading this.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Insane.
And then doing it again later on in the game. He made two crazy catches today. Pirates. Um, Paul Skeens, man. He's gonna win Cy Young. He's gonna do it very easily. No one else is really even close in the National League. There you have it. I complimented all of the three bottom teams in the
Wow.
NL. Let's move on to the AL. And
Let's do it.
what's crazy about the AL is that we have Brewers clinching the division. We have Phillies clinching the division. We have both of the teams obviously clinching wild card spots. Division. What am I trying to say? Both of the teams clinching playoff spots. We have the Cubs clinching a playoff spot. We have the Dodgers clinching a playoff spot. The only team in the AL to have clinched a playoff spot is the Toronto Blue Jays. Every other spot is still technically up for grabs.
Wild.
Isn't that crazy? We were high on the Tigers last week.
that's a fun
So was
fact.
everyone.
Dude, the Tigers, man.
The Tigers, in fact, if this is a great screenshot to just take right now. On MLB.com standings website, it gives you the streak of their last 10 games played, and the Tigers are 1-9, and the Guardians
Oh,
are 9-1. Is
insane.
that not craziness?
Insane.
Insane.
Dude, I saw
What a
a
shift.
I saw a screenshot and it was from September 6th. So, and then it was taken yesterday. So it was 2 weeks exactly. The Tigers had an 8.5 game lead on the Royals and a 10 game lead on the Guardians. And now, sitting here 2 weeks later, they are only 1 game up on the Guardians, which is insane. And on top of that, whoever loses the AL Central probably isn't going to be in the playoffs. So you're either winning the division or missing the playoffs. And there is no in between. Royals, by
Wow.
the way, dead. Royals are out.
Royals are dead, yeah.
But
Unfortunately, my
Yeah.
original pick
Guardians,
to win the World
man.
Series. That is why I think it's so spicy, especially if the Astros can play well, because whoever doesn't win the division is gone. Is just see you later. You're probably not even in the
Yeah,
postseason.
absolutely
What's
insane.
better, even better, is that the Tigers and the Guardians play each other this week. They play each other three times starting Tuesday in Cleveland.
Ooh, the land.
In Cleveland. Oh man, Tuesday, September 23rd, Wednesday, September 24th, Thursday, September 25th. The 3 days, sequential days after uploading this very episode. Oh boy. I
That's
feel
gonna be
like
so
this
good.
year it wasn't going to be this spicy. Like
No,
everything had a chance to be just set.
I
And even
agree.
like a month ago, and this is why we do these episodes for fun and not for betting purposes, I guess you could say. We just did a what if the season ended today? And oh boy, is it different.
Yeah.
Astros, man. Mariners now have a 2-game lead for the division on the Astros. I was high on the Astros. Now the
Wow.
Astros, there's a chance that if they lose out, and if whoever loses out in the Tigers versus Guardians series, if they can go like 2-1 or 1-2, and then the both teams can sweep after, there's a chance that the Tigers, the Guardians, there's a very, very small chance that the Astros don't make the playoffs and the Tigers and the Guardians both make the playoffs. It has to
That'd
work
be
out.
awesome.
Has to work out. I mean, let the mathematicians do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That'd be great. Imagine.
I want to, so if the Guardians could take 2 of 3, then the division would be even at 86 and 73. And then the Astros, if they lost all 3, they would be 84 and 74. So AL Central,
Hmm.
the second place team isn't, I guess, dead yet, but it's banking on the Astros. And let's see, who do the Astros play coming up? Oh, baby. The Astros play the Athletics and the Angels. They also play the Mariners
Oh my
today.
God.
So the Astros are looking pretty good. So I don't know. The Astros would require a pretty big choke in order to not make the playoffs, but you never know. Rangers, you think Rangers are dead?
Dead.
Rangers dead.
Dead.
Absolutely dead.
Are the
What about
dude, the
Red
Astro.
Sox? Do we talk about the AL East? Do we jinx the Red Sox?
Ooh.
Ooh.
We might have.
I don't, yeah. It's not great.
I don't know. Fangraphs still has them at like a 93% chance of making the playoffs,
Yeah.
even with everything.
Sure.
What does it
And
have for the Guardians, Tigers, and Astros?
Oh, I was just looking at that to pull that
Okay.
in. The Guardians, 53.3%.
Wow.
Coin flip, coin flip. Tigers at an 81.5%. So I think that's assuming that they don't get swept, probably. They just need to win enough to just hold off the Guardians. And our Astros, the Fangraphs has the most confidence in them, likely because of that schedule upcoming at 73% chance to make the playoffs.
wow.
I mean, A's A's are sitting at 73 and 83. That's not that bad. Angels 70 and 85. Not like the
It's true.
worst last place teams. That being
In
said,
division.
Brewers had to sweep the Angels, get it done. Kind of a dagger for the Cubs in the division. That's exactly what they did was sweep the Angels. And
Gotta beat bad
Astros, you got
teams.
to do the same thing. You got to do the same thing this time of year.
Yep.
You got to show up. You control it. Got to show up. Yordan Alvarez hurt again. Uh-oh. Have we had any update on his ankle? Nosh, as a doctor or as a
I I I haven't
BT,
seen
Ooh,
anything. I haven't seen anything.
he was crossing home plate on a very weird play, and he sprained his ankle again. Yordan Alvarez doesn't rule
oof.
out return
That's
for
not fun.
final series of season.
Ouch.
Okay.
So he might come back for the last season, but they might just be safe. It depends. Depends on where the Astros stand last series into the season. Maybe they'll rest him if they're secure for the playoffs. Maybe they'll play him if they're not as a DH. Because they miss his bat. They really miss his bat. They miss his bat. They miss Kyle Tucker's bat. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have been as high on the Astros as I thought I should have been earlier on.
Dude, it's crazy though, because they could still win the division. I mean,
Yeah.
AL, man.
yeah. The AL, it's
It's fun.
crazy too, because I feel like in the beginning slash middle of the year, we were talking about the NL as kind of like a juggernaut where they have all these good teams. It's the Dodgers, it's the Phillies, it's the Mets, it's the Brewers, it's the Cubs, it's the Padres. All of these good teams. And in the AL, it was kind of like, oh, like nobody's really like doing anything. Now looking at it, man, like the AL looks way scarier than the NL does. There's a lot better teams with higher
Nah.
records. I don't know. Right now, there's a couple of teams that are 500 or above that won't make it in. There's three. Um, in the NL, there's only one. and it's the Diamondbacks. It'll actually be two based on the Mets or the Reds, but I don't know, man. A team that's not that high above 500 is going to make it in.
Mm.
The Guardians
You're
are
very
12
So
true.
you'd
games
say
over
an
and
AL
not.
team
Guardians are 12
wins
games
the World
over. Yeah.
Series?
I
So you'd say
still think
right
the
now
NL,
AL teams win
I still think the NL will win the World Series.
Okay.
because they have the most elite teams. They don't have the most best teams, but they have the most elite teams.
The
I
most
think they have the
best.
most historically good teams in the playoffs. I don't
Well,
know. It's hard to say.
Okay.
it's hard to say.
I think NL's winning it no matter.
We got
I'll
some
Ooh,
go
series coming up,
definitely,
ooh.
to
definitely.
say the least. Red Sox do finish the year against the Tigers. So, like, what if the Guardians gets if the Tigers, okay. Yes, this is like the 7% that Fangraphs is counting against the Red Sox, but like if the Guardians sweep the Tigers and then the Tigers sweep the Red Sox and the Red Sox lose like 4 of 6, all of a sudden the Red Sox are in the playoffs. There's so many
Crazy.
different scenarios that could just happen over this next week, and boy, does it feel good to be a Brewers fan and sit back and watch it all happen. Are you guys sweating number one overall seed still? Because you can't give that one up yet. The Brewers are, what is it, 2.5? 2.5 up on the Phillies so far
Yes.
for best
About
record.
to be three.
Phillies are losing? Okay.
Phillies are losing,
Phillies are
yes.
losing. So,
I think home field is important, but it's not everything. I think you just want that bye, and then you kind of got to just go
The
from
bye.
there. I don't
We
think
need
you
the
can
bye.
focus on number one overall. Sounds cool, looks cool on paper, but it's not the end all be all. If they don't get it, they don't get it.
yep. Yeah. So NL winning the World Series, AL looking spicy as ever. We got some good storylines coming up. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? You should be excited. You should be excited. You should
Hell
be
yeah.
absolutely excited. And you know what else is exciting? This day in history that
Hey,
doesn't
let's
have
go.
to do with the season ending due to lockout. Yeah. Don't get too excited now. But there were a lot of crazy things that happened today as of recording this, September 21st. Um,
Do you remember?
no, I do, because we had a double header where at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn on September 21st, 1934, the St. Louis Cardinals were playing the Brooklyn Dodgers, and excuse me, and yes, Brooklyn was home, St. Louis Cardinals were away, and St. Louis was throwing out two brothers to pitch their doubleheader. That's right. So, first and foremost, we had Dizzy Dean, who went on to become a Hall of Famer, pitched the first game of a doubleheader, and then his brother, his younger brother, Paul Dean, pitched the second game of a doubleheader. So that's pretty cool, right? Well, guess what? In the first game, Dizzy Dean went on to pitch a 3-hit shutout and struck out
Dang.
13 batters.
Oof.
13 batters in a 13-0 win.
Dang.
So a pretty demoralizing loss at home for the Brooklyn Dodgers against, by the way, St. Louis Cardinals in the thick of a pennant race. So they were also
Oh,
pushing for the postseason back in 1934. And in game two, Paul Dean, who did not go on to become a Hall of Famer, was actually injury plagued later on his career and had it shortened a little bit due to such injuries. Came out and threw the second game. And what did Paul Dean do that his brother didn't do in the first game? Paul Dean gave up 0 hits. That's right. A no hitter winning
wow.
3-0. So in the span of two games in a
Dang.
double header, we had Dizzy Dean and Paul Dean, two brothers, older and younger, go back to back pitching shutouts, including a no-hitter from Paul Dean in the second game.
Wow.
Amazing.
That will never happen again.
No.
It it can't. You need two brothers to be pitching on the same team on back-to-back spots in the rotation, have them both healthy, and then also have them both throw a shutout and have one of them throw a no-hitter. It's never going to happen
Wild.
again. And it happened this day in history, September 21st, 1934.
Amazing.
It's pretty
Wow.
good. Gonna have to
Shout
think
out.
of a segment to replace this day in history for the off-season podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll get
All
brainstorming
right.
on that.
Maybe some trades or some off-season stuff that
Ooh,
happened.
Yeah.
Free
We'll get some
agents and stuff.
playoffs. We'll get some playoffs for like the first couple
Heck yeah.
weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
Think we
mean,
didn't.
I talked about Geraldo Perdomo. Oh, I didn't
You
say
did.
any positive things about the last place teams in the AL.
Oh, well,
Orioles. Orioles really turned their season around and are sitting at 73 and 82. And honestly, after losing Cedric Mullins, and I think they've been okay. Honestly, have been an enjoyable ball club to watch the latter half of the season. The Angels, Mike Trout just hit his 400th home run yesterday as of recording this. And what was awesome is that the fan who caught the ball, all he wanted to do, he wanted to meet Mike Trout and he wanted to play catch with him.
Pretty awesome.
So he
Pretty
caught the
awesome.
ball after the game, found Mike Trout, gave him the ball, and he played catch with Mike Trout. Pretty cool. So
Pretty
shout out the
awesome.
Angels and White Sox. Let's see.
they got the Pope.
They got the
They got the
Pope.
Pope. They got the Pope.
They got the Pope. They're not as bad as the Rockies. So there's that. And I think Colson Montgomery is gonna hit 30 home runs next year.
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay.
White Sox win in the Central next year?
Ooh.
No.
Lots gonna need to happen. Lots gonna need to happen. They're getting closer.
Well,
And
good
I
news.
hope
He's not a switch hitter.
Okay. AL West,
Is it
NL
Mike Trout?
Central. Yeah, they probably did it.
Nick Trout?
Oh,
okay.
Okay, so
It's-
NL.
Oh, he's
34.
34.
Oh, he's 34. Righty from the USA, he's 34. NL East or Central?
That sounds like
Oh, it's Reese Hoskins.
It does sound like Reese Hoskins. No, he's a little younger, I
I think
think.
he's
but
younger.
Send him.
Little 32.
32.
32.
What about how old is Nola?
Hmm.
Oh, Nolan Arenado.
Oh,
No,
not
no,
what
no,
I
let's
not what I
do it.
bet.
34.
Which
Is,
yeah, so
is that cheating? Does that
No,
count?
no.
Okay, it wasn't him.
It wasn't
Okay,
him.
that makes
Okay,
me feel
it's-
better.
it's-
Not a third baseman.
That makes me feel better.
Actually, the NL East, so we don't even
It's
need to
the-
worry about the rest of the Central.
There we
Okay.
go.
So, is it Nola?
It's not 32.
No,
Nola's
because Noah's 32.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, we should get a pitcher out of the way. So
How
why
old's
don't
Bryce?
you?
Oh, no.
Let's see.
How old's Bryce Harper?
He's a
Lefty?
lefty.
No, he's not that old.
He's
He's
a
not that old.
lefty.
Yeah.
He's a lefty.
Someone that's old. Yeah, let's get a pitcher out of the way.
Yeah, just send Nola just to see. It could be Phillies. It could be a couple other players on the Phillies. So
Okay,
It
it is
the
a Philly.
Phillies. Not a starting pitcher. Could be a relief pitcher.
there's no
Hmm.
way Trey Turner's third. No,
No,
he's not a
he's
shortstop.
not 34.
It's not a shortstop. He's also
32.
Philly's got a lot of 32-year-olds on their team. Huh?
Yeah. Kyle Schwarber, is he sneaky old?
He's a lefty.
Lefty.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
But we got JT.
Is JT 34?
No way. He's not.
He
Wow.
is.
He
Bro, the Phillies are
is.
old, man. Phillies are old.
Man.
Wow.
Phillies,
Brewers
what
got
are
nothing
you,
to worry about when it comes to the Phillies,
Phillies,
right?
what are we doing in like 5 years from now?
They're in the win now mindset though.
Yeah,
I don't
fair
know.
enough. Fair enough. They'll buy a new team. Wow.
Aiden Miller prospect.
There you go.
They'll just touch
Andrew
push
Andrew
it.
Painter.
True. A lot of good pitchers and hitters. All right. Well, there you have it. Let us know who you think is going to make the playoffs. And is the NL or the AL going to win the World Series? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Leave us a rating wherever you're listening to our podcast. Go subscribe to the YouTube and check out our other socials. And as always, until next week, you just attended batting practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.
Peace.